Welcome to the Iron Beauty Podcast, where I help women restore their gut health, lose fat, and build muscle. Today, I'm going to be taking you through my top 5 causes of burnout and a sense of exhaustion. So if you feel run down all of the time, you may be on a diet, you may be not, you may just feel like, where did my energy go? I used to be a kid and be like so fun, full of energy, and then now it's hard to even have the motivation to go to the gym. These are my top 5 reasons, and we're even going to be diving into how to combat each of these to get your energy back up and feeling your most vibrant self. So the first reason why you may be feeling burnt out, fatigued, low energy is going to have to do with poor dietary habits and nutritional. So ask yourself this. How is your diet? Are you eating more refined food, processed foods? Or are you sticking to more whole foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds? When you're exhausted, your body gets depleted in B6, zinc, iron, and magnesium. So I really like to focus on getting in these key nutrients to help combat fatigue. Our standard American diet, let's face it, it is very acidic to our body. So what happens is to digest our food, our body pulls from the mineral reserves to alkalize your food with your saliva for digestion to take process. And if you're not getting in a diet rich of whole foods, the B6, the zinc, the iron, our magnesium, all of these micronutrients, your body can get depleted due to this, and you may just start feeling fatigued, run down, low energy. So what can we do for this? Number 1 is I like to include sea vegetables in my diet. Dulse, kelp. Also, for every meal, I make sure to choose at least 2 to 3 non-starchy vegetables for every protein that I consume. That way, I'm giving my body all of the micronutrients it needs to alkalize and replenish my mineral reserves. Also, I love starting my day off with my greens powder. I will put my whole support link in the show notes for you, but this has over 50 different greens to help provide your body with all of the micronutrients that get depleted due to stress. So the first reason why you may feel exhausted, burn out, is nutritional deficiencies. Look at your diet. Focus on getting in B6, zinc, iron, magnesium. Look at your diet instead of, how am I having this bodybuilder diet of rice, chicken, asparagus? No. Look at your micronutrients. Get a few different non-starchy vegetables. Include some sea vegetables. Maybe try adding in a greens powder like the one I do. So that is the first reason. Now we're going to move into the second reason, and this one is deep near to my heart. It is overworking yourself and having a lack of boundaries. So overworking yourself typically means neglecting your self-care practices. So what I mean by that is ask yourself, when was the last time I did something for myself? It could be as simple as a self-care day. You got your nails done, a Groupon massage. Heck, it could be you had locked yourself into the bathroom, turned off your cell phone, and you literally did a DIY spa day. I tell all my clients to do this. And if you don't know the last time you did something to yourself and you're waking up and you just feel already so overwhelmed with your day of everything you have to do and you have nothing to look forward to and you're just saying yes, yes, yes to everything no matter what, there is a lack of boundaries that you are setting for yourself. And that is gonna burn you out, that is gonna exhaust you, and that is gonna give you one day, I tell my clients this too, I'm like, if you just feel like you're a volcano, you're just holding on, holding on, holding on, one day that protein shaker or whatever it is gonna fall on the floor and you are going to erupt. And we do not want that. If you're trying to get your energy back, feel your best self, lose fat, build muscle, you need to prioritize your self-care and set boundaries in your life. A really good book that I recommend for you to read is called Set Boundaries, Find Peace. It's a short read, it's phenomenal. It looks at your work aspect, relationships, everything, and it gives you things that are simple and you could implement now to start making these changes toward prioritizing you. And when you put yourself first, it's just like on the airplane. Put your mask on first before helping someone else. Stop saying yes to everything. Put you first, and you're gonna thank yourself because you're not gonna feel that chronic state of just overworked, overdone, run down. And when you feel better, you're gonna have more energy to give to others too. So I highly recommend checking out that book, Set Boundaries, Find Peace, start saying no, and start really prioritizing you and what you need to do. And a big thing too that I work on with my clients is really not overloading our schedules with so many things, because if you set so many things on your plate that you're unable to get done, and then you feel like you didn't accomplish it, and you just feel like you failed, and you're putting so much on your plate that it's already unrealistic, that's another way to kind of burn yourself out. So I do huge things with my clients. I don't just do calories in versus calories out. I do time blocking with them. I set their schedule so that they're able to just, like if that's something that comes up as a struggle for them, we'll add it in as, okay, so we're overwhelmed with this. Let's set ourselves up. So number one, we're more productive. We're not feeling like we failed when we don't get everything done. And you're just not so overwhelmed. It's about creating these lifestyle changes. You can't be go, go, go all the time. So the second thing leading to a sense of exhaustion is literally overworking yourself, not setting boundaries in your life. Please check out that read. It is incredible. And start saying no to things and start saying yes to more things for yourself. The third thing is going to be sleep. And I know we hear it all the time, sleep, sleep, sleep. You need it for recovery, but I have some great tools and tips for you that I'm gonna share with you. So do not get off this. I know you guys are like, sleep, sleep, whatever. So here's the deal. When you're so stressed out and you're not getting good sleep, and I mean not waking up several times through the night to pee, chronic and stressful, you get 5 hours. No, I mean you're sound sleeping, you are waking up and you are feeling rested. That is good sleep. If you're not getting good sleep, your cortisol levels are gonna be going up through the roof. This is gonna affect your fat loss. This is gonna affect your energy. So many things. Sleep is huge, 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 especially fat loss, guys, huge. So here are some few tips that I like to recommend for my clients to really help with sleep. Number one is turn off all electronic devices an hour before bed. When you're turning on lights, TVs, cell phones, all of these shut off your melatonin production, making it harder for you to fall asleep and stay asleep. So I like to turn all my lights off. I set a timer on my phone. And what I even like to do is I will set candles, because candles or even a fireplace, that emits infrared heat, which is very relaxing to the body. So get some candles out, shut off the lights, get off the TV, grab a book. Another thing sounds very simple, but get an eye mask. Go on Amazon, grab the ones that are the foam, they're like $9.99. It truly has been a game changer for me, just creating that complete blackout. Even if I'm having a hard time going to sleep, I turn off my lights, I put that on, and I end up falling asleep so much faster and staying asleep. The third thing is I utilize a form of magnesium that's a blend, and the key has the glycinate. So magnesium gets depleted due to stress, but it also helps calm your mind, relax your muscles. It even helps too with bowel regularity if you have a hard time pooping. So the one that I use, I will throw in the show notes for you. It is my favorite. I do the chocolate salt. I do it 30 minutes before bed. It helps me relax my mind because I have a hard time just slowing it down. And then it helps me fall asleep, stay asleep, and then I wake up having a good bowel movement. So it's like a win-win-win situation. So the third thing is really truly getting a good sleep, just good rest, good recovery. And it's not about I'm getting 5 hours, but I'm waking up every hour. It's truly falling asleep, staying asleep, and creating habits around your sleep schedule as well. The fourth thing I want to talk about is going to have to do with stress. So stress has a few different ways where it could actually deplete your mineral reserves. Basically, a lot of us think stress is just mental. You know, I am stressed out about X situation. Stress actually comes in multiple forms. Stress could be low-calorie diets. Stress could be doing tons of cardio. Stress can be training really, really hard and under recovering. Stress could also be mental aspects as well. That's just a few to name, okay? What happens is if we're in this chronic state of stress, we're on a low-calorie diet, we're running all around, we're stressed about X, we're not sleeping good, your cortisol levels, which is your fight or flight response, are gonna be elevated through the roof. It's like you're living off of adrenaline. And what happens is that depletes your B vitamins. That is your energy. That depletes your minerals like we just talked about. That runs you down. When you are in a state of a fight or flight response, all of your blood is rushing to your external extremities. It is not going towards digestion, so it's gonna affect your digestion at your meals. It is gonna affect your sleep patterns. It's gonna cause mental burnout. Maybe you feel brain fog all the time. So stress is really, really huge. A technique I like to use to relax my mind is called 4-6 breathing. I did a whole podcast on this, doing it for, I called it as do it before each meal to help with digestion. And what it is basically you take a 4-second breath in and then you exhale slowly for 6 seconds. And you can set your timer for either 1, 3, 6, or 10 minutes. You can do that for a meal to get yourself in a state of calm so that you're able to rest, digest, and have good digestion. But you can also do it when you're in a state of chronic stress as well. And then other tools is just getting a gratitude journal. If you're in a state of gratitude, that is such a powerful way to shift your mindset. And then doing things like the time blocking, the management. These are big things that I address with all of my clients. I'm a big fan of communication. I'm not just calories in versus calories out. Tell them, you know what, when you're checking in with me each week, I want to know how your stress is, how your sleep is, where we're struggling, so that if it has to do with, you're stressed about meals around work, we can game plan that. If it's more of our schedule, we're overdoing it, let's time block it. If we're not getting enough sleep, what is the main reason for it? Is it more hormones? Is it because we're not setting a sleep schedule? Let's figure, is it because we can't slow our mind? We have to figure these things out. And when we optimize them, you start seeing changes in your physique, your mindset, your gut, your digestion, that bloating. It all comes together. But these are vital factors, not just for exhaustion, but for digestion, hormone balancing, fat loss over 40. All my ladies out there, you can lose weight. I work with a lot of women in menopause. But again, it's not calories in and calories out. It's ask yourself how your sleep is. Ask yourself how your stress is. We got to get all of these on point. Ask yourself how your diet is. And when you're trying to combat all these issues alone, you're more stressed out about it. People come to me and they're like, Elizabeth, I'm trying XYZ diet. I've yo-yo diet. I've been up. I've been down. I went through it. I was almost 200 pounds. I was down to 90 pounds. I've done keto, carnivore, vegan, raw vegan, fruitarian, high carb, low carb, you name it. I did reverse dieted myself. I bulked myself. And I like to basically take everything that I have practiced on myself, all my research, my education, and I like to make it simple for my clients. I do a 90-day transformation. I set everything up so that they do not need to stress out about what diet, what macros, because I have it all set up for them for success. And if you need help and you want to join my 90-day transformation challenge to focus on building muscle, I help you lose weight and restore your gut health, go into the show notes or go on Instagram, DM me ready, and we will set up a call to see if we are that perfect fit. The last one is gonna have to do with medications and hormones. So a lot of these medications out there, I'm not a doctor, I'm not telling you to change anything, but always ask your doctor about the side effects, because some of these could be affecting your sleep. Some of these could be disturbing, causing more stress, depleting certain minerals. So don't just take something. Always ask your doctor. Do not be afraid to say, why am I taking this? What are the side effects? Is there a different way of doing it? I am huge on that. And then other things too are our hormones, especially as women, as we're getting older, we have changes in our estrogen, our progesterone, our testosterone, our thyroid hormones. These changes Could affect our sleep, our digestion, our rate of muscle gain and loss. We start losing muscle at a rate of 40 to 50% faster as women. We got to start working on prioritizing our longevity and not these fast fixes. So if you're feeling exhausted, run down, ask your doctor if there's side effects of medications you're taking. Always ask. And then also make sure you're checking your thyroid. Have a Dutch test done. The Dutch test is one of my favorite tests to really check your estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, your cortisol levels. And when you get all these, you're really able to get that map of what the underlying cause is and address all of these issues. So I really, really hope you found this podcast helpful for me today. Share this podcast with a friend. Share it, give me some ratings, let me know how you're liking it, and never hesitate to drop in the comments different topics you would like me to cover. And then if you do need help reaching your goals, I help women build muscle, lose fat, and restore their gut health. In the show notes, I will put all the details. You can just send me over, fill out the questionnaire. We will set up a call to see if we are that perfect fit. I truly want to help people just feel their best self, and I've been through it all. And like I said, it's about a mix of everything. Stop the yo-yo dieting, train smarter, not harder, and work for your body, not against it. Thank you so much for joining me today for the Iron Beauty podcast. And I am so excited to have you here, and I love you, and I will see you in another day for another podcast.